Hey guys, my name is Tamim Khan, and today I'll be talking about the evolution of Boomi products. So you can reach out to me. As I said, my name is Tamim Khan, and this is my Twitter ID too. And if you're a Boomi employee, you can reach out to me on the Khan on Slack. So a little bit about Boomi and how Boomi came into existence and what really transpired for us to come up with a cloud-based product. Back when Boomi started, we were primarily an EDI shop, okay? And from there on, what happened was, traditionally, if you look at the different integration patterns, the patterns can be divided into three categories. The first one you can say is A to A, which is application to application integration. And the second category is ETL, extract, transform, and load. And then finally is B2B, which is EDI, as I just mentioned. Right. So traditionally what used to happen was there were purpose-built tools which would do just one functionality. So for example, there would be a tool which would just do ETL, and there would be a tool such as IBM Sterling, which would just do EDI, and there would be some tools which would just do A to A. So what this traditionally meant was enterprises would have teams which were dedicated only for one integration pattern. So an ETL developer would not be involved in a B2B based integration. A B2B developer might not be involved in an A to A integration. With Boomi, we brought a convergence of all of these different integration patterns. So the unique thing that Boomi offered at that point of time was the fact that we brought a convergence of all of these different integration patterns through our platform, which is the Atomsphere platform. Okay. So once the customer started realizing that you could do all of these things, the customers generally used to have a Boomi team or still have only a Boomi team, and that Boomi developer would be able to do any of these different integration patterns using the same tool. Now, we launched our Atomsphere platform in 2008, but along with that, we did launch other products throughout the journey. So I want to talk a little bit about why we actually launched all of these different products. So as you know, integration is about exchanging data between different applications. So that's where Atomsphere made sense. Now, along with this, as I said, that one of the integration pattern was A to A. So there was a need for many of the vendors to have a real-time integration or an event-driven integration philosophy. So they wanted a support for service-oriented architecture. A very good example would be when a sales order gets closed in Salesforce. In real time, they want to close an opportunity in SAP and grab the sales order number and give it to the Salesforce opportunity. So when you have that kind of a scenario, you want to have more real time. So the customer started asking us to provide a more real time integration approach, and that's why we introduced SOA. Now, what has happened in the previous 5 to 6 years is that there's been an evolution on APIs, and a lot of these SaaS-based companies, as well as many of the traditional companies, products have started bringing up their own API framework. So with this came the challenge of managing these APIs. So a lot of our customers actually started asking us to provide them a way such that they could manage their APIs. And that's where we introduced our API management framework. Okay. Now, along with that, as you guys know, so we were really good at exchanging information between all of these different applications, and the customers also started finding a need where they said that, oh, you guys are able to grab all this data between these different applications. It would be great if you can have some kind of a data quality, right, and have a mastering or the master record or the golden record. And that's when we introduced our Data Hub product. Okay. And as I said initially, we started off as an EDI company. So all the knowledge that we had as an EDI company, we simply ported that knowledge over to Atomsphere, which was our iPaaS product, right? Integration platform as a service product. So the EDI functionality was always there in the product. With all of this, the one aspect that we were missing was the human aspect, where all of these things were actually running behind the scene. right? So we needed to have a front-end layer through which the customer or the end user can actually interact with the data. And that's when we went and acquired Flow. And back then it was called Manyhoo. And Flow became part of the Boomi product. Okay. So as you can see, this is the reason why we have all of these different products that we have come out over a period of time. And with all of these different products as a stack, you can definitely see that it completes the entire story or the journey of data and thus enable us to have a more connected business. Okay. So this was just an evolution of Boomi products. In the next couple of talks, I'll be talking about the architecture and getting into more detail around the architecture of Boomi. All right, thank you guys.